Many of our clients have asked us, how often should I post on social media? Short answer is about 3 to 5 times a week. Long answer is it depends. I know this is a frustrating answer, but unfortunately there isn't a magic formula for this. And what works for one brand might not work for another brand, because you're at a different stage of growth, your marketing's a different stage of growth as well, and you've got different target audiences. So the best thing you can do is actually just test it yourself. I'm going to take you through 6 things that I encourage you to do to find out how much is your enough. So the first thing is to use the same base content, but tweak the post according to each platform. So even if you're essentially sharing the same message on each platform, the way you share it can change. Followers on Instagram are generally more visual people, more creative. So they're like imagery and visual effects and color. Followers on LinkedIn generally have an expectation of a more corporate approach and prefer short stories, videos, and about business topics and articles. When it comes to frequency, I'd suggest the following guidelines. Facebook, 3 times per week to ensure active engagement. And then Instagram, once per day. In fact, Instagram doesn't actually like to have multiple posts. And if you post lots in quick succession, you're most likely to actually lose followers. Twitter, 3 to 30 times a day. Quite a lot, because tweets have a short shelf life. And because of this, it's important to remember to spread out your posts over the day so that people actually see your posts in their newsfeed. LinkedIn, 20 times per month, which works out to about 1 post per weekday. According to HubSpot, what is likely happening in LinkedIn is that it doesn't want users' feeds to be overwhelmed by posts from the same company. So in actual fact, the second post in a day that a marketer publishes could actually cannibalize the performance of the first post you do. Good point to remember there. So secondly, it's more important to be consistent than frequent. A company called Medium.com compares building a good social media brand with building a relationship, which I found really interesting. In order to develop a relationship, you speak consistently with your partner to build trust and build on that relationship and get to know each other. So if you text someone 6 times on a Monday and then you don't text them for 2 weeks, your relationship won't be very stable. And that's the same for social media accounts. Well, one of the main purposes of social media is to share your brand with people so they can get to know you. Remember the 80-20 rule when posting, so you don't come across too salesy or pushy. So this rule is about 80% of your posts should be about things your clients are interested in, things like helpful tips, recent news that might affect them, apps that could help their processes and systems, and case studies to show them that you know what works. And then 20% of your content can be about your firm, like the services you offer, sign up, special deals, that sort of thing. Not a hard and fast rule though. You might find one week you do more like 70-30, another week 90-10, and this could be related to things that you're wanting to push out, like webinars that you're doing or events you're attending, things like that. Next, give your target audience a reason to come to your social platform. So doing well on social is less about how often you post and more about the content that you're posting. Has something worthwhile for your ideal client to read? Is your content helpful, useful, interesting, and is it original? Only post if you've got something helpful to share. If you fill everyone's social feeds with content that isn't useful, helpful, or interesting, you won't get results. And you also might find that if you just post to fill a slot in a schedule, you might find you actually lose followers faster than you gain them. Next, engage, engage, engage. Actually talk to people. It's not enough to simply send out 3 to 5 posts a week. People want someone to talk to. Remember that originally social platforms were created as social networks, and the whole point was to be social with people. So you could ask questions on social media people want to actually answer or can't help but answer. Remember that people love giving their opinion about something and their experience of things. A shared experience is something people crave, and it's a good way to start a connection with someone. So you can ask things like, how's your Monday been? Or what's better, tacos or wraps? People love talking about themselves, make the questions about them. Your social posts are the first part of a conversation that you have with your followers. When people comment or share something on your posts or share your posts, reply to their comment. Don't just say thanks, but ask them a question to start the conversation. So if someone says, if you share a picture of a book that you've read and someone says, oh, I like that book too, ask them what they liked about the book. Ask them what book they've read besides this book that they can recommend. Start following them back and enjoy and share their posts. When you engage with them, and encourages them to continue building on that relationship. Next up is to use social media analytics to see which posts worked well and which ones didn't. It's important to see which days of the week your posts got the most engagement. Instagram followers are likely to be on the platform during the week and on weekends. Facebook generally in the morning and back again at lunchtime. And LinkedIn generally during the weekdays, and they take a break on the weekends. There are lots of different ways you can tell how the posts are doing well or not, or which posts are doing well or not. And that's to do with insights and analytics. On Facebook, you can use page insights for free to see which post is the best. Twitter has Twitter Analytics free of charge as well. It displays top tweets, profile mentions, profile views, and number of impressions per post. You can keep track of your performance on your LinkedIn page with LinkedIn Page Analytics, which is available on your LinkedIn account for all page admins. And then on Instagram, you can access Insights, which is available for business accounts only. If you're using a scheduling tool like Sendable, Hootsuite, or Buffer, you can use analytics from there as well. Next, it's easier to post consistently when you know what it's doing for you. If you don't know why you're posting something, you won't have a good measure of if it's doing well or not. What is it you want to achieve for your brand? What's your goal for social media? You might want to create awareness, sell a service, or just push traffic to your website. If your goal is to sell a service and you get lots of engagement and likes but no leads, you're not actually achieving your objective. Doesn't mean you're not helping your brand though, it just means you aren't meeting those objectives. Remember that social media and marketing in general is a long game, and you're only going to get leads if you've already created brand awareness and built on those relationships first. If we go back to our question at the start and ask how much posting is enough, I hope you can see that your enough might be different to someone else's enough. And it's not really about enough, it's more about how much. And that's based on the time you're willing to put in to think about who your posts are for, plan for what you're going to post about, as well as when, and engage with people to build real relationships. I hope this has been helpful. Bye.